the venue not there, the place not there for let them train. Jaffa, then they embark the athletes them for let them able partake by international since them. Boku sporting activities and they na salon we know they even reach the limelight like where they be there before because of why this one great stadium where we get where they make less sport athletes them, Boku athletics games them. They do them training, not keep happy. Then they don't embark the sporting activities during this 2025 Jaffa.
Yes, a lot of issues then day, but again, we take them bit by bit. Of course, you don't talk about some of the challenges when it comes to funding. We go come into infrastructure, but still on funding. Not only first time this for 2025 or even for 2024, we will begin the year development around the sports basket fund. For you, you think say the sporting authority then do justice to that fund the way it delayed now?
Jaffa, and like I let me premise, challenges then they out there. You understand? So if a certain a sector now the sporting activities not get fund, it hard for let them develop. It hard for let them pull the certain results where the fans them or where Sierra Leoneans them they ask for. So if he fund not there for certain sector of football, like for a whole ball example, if fund not there or basketball, fund not there, you need to expect for let them do well. Recently, we see we side the under 16 or under 12 stand to corrected, where they take part na Guinea for volleyball, basketball. We see how them perform, because of why we not get that much support. Where we forgive them and look to the female football team, where just take part by the Wafu tournament, where they call Lawrence na Salon. Much encouragement not there to them for support them, give them the finance where they want. Then they kill the athletes them for let them give their all in all per football per anything so far we call to the way that they do at athletes. So financing, sports financing. Now one thing where the authorities them per sport get for looking to support some athletes them, support sectors them where they into the athletics.
Is it that would a struggle for get proper financing like we put for sporting discipline them because we not get the right policy and some of them they things they're working here about the ambitions of the sporting authorities can just come out from a word talking?
Jaffa, we get policies there, and the implementation there, na in lack na salon sporting sector. If they don't put some fine policies there, we go help the sporting sector. But the implementation na in lacking. If a team they go participate, you can ask for money from sports activities, sports sector, especially the NSA. For let that money they release them, for let they release that money they, for let the team or the athletes them able get that money they to time, for let they able do what it for do. Now one party challenge here and they we don't embark the sporting activities in salon. So the NSA and the sporting sectors they need for good they do things them like what they say early preparation. You understand, Jaffa? If you disperse money earlier to a particular sector of athletes, honestly, you go expect it for let them prepare well and they book out Lawrence. But for late for disperse money to particular sector of athletics or athletes them, then they go hinder them progress. So then in one part the team they one day where Boku athletes them facing inside the 2025 sporting years. Jaffa.
Now, I bring you in, Alfred Jana. You don't be quiet for a while. Now, when it comes to infrastructure, facility for the sporting activities, then really happen because if memory serves me well, we don't hear a lot of reports where the executive director for the National Sport Authority they talk about waiting to make them support. Sporting discipline then particularly when they want for do international travel for represent the country. It's in a way they see the sports and they play and people get to know the players them, then they go give them zeal and make them for do extra spend money for them what they want for travel. But if that not go happen, even when they get the best of strategy, if the facility not there. Yes, you go say football don't get a lot of artificial turf, but in that artificial turf they how much you go say make provision for athletics track, how much cricket turf you go make say we get in the country, or how much space we get for let people play solid or standard cricket if you will sometimes you don't get the grass or the artificial turf and things like that. Other sports then they how much they indoor courts them we can bluff for, or their own courts the way they how much of them where the authority don't they supervise for make sure say if we never get the bigger one them but don't maintain their own one the way they different parts of the country. All of this the challenge. How you would describe infrastructure issues in the sporting sector?
Jaffa, to start with, as you be rightly mentioned, say there are so many promises system where the football sectors or any other sporting activities in the country we don't make. So I believe say with some of these areas that we don't highlight, as you mentioned, the crickets, get the tennis courts and other thing them else. I can remember where FIBA become, when the Federation International Basketball Association become, for come train some of them basketball players in the country. I be get rumor we say for make the boys that go train safe for many get the stadium we say go train and be so hard. I believe say if only when they be get on another place with standard, they not be for don't get something like a controversy over the national stadium for good skin. So I believe say for make the SLFA and other sporting related activities them or authorities then will come inside, the need for actually construct or innovate other areas them so that even if any other bodies come inside for come do training with some sporting people them, basically go use apart from the national stadium as we believe say right now in the under innovation. But notwithstanding, there are also other promise system will be made by the SLFA. Of course, construction of artificial turf na the Maboka mini stadium. That one it is yet to be fulfilled. We remember where the president become inside, say in the camp construct the Maboka mini stadium can get artificial turf, but that one here it is yet to be fulfilled. And also there are other areas, distribution of 10,800 balls cut across the school stem. That one also it is yet to be fulfilled. So all of these challenges then they face them because in the way someone they even they question the transparency and even accountability area of the people that was their concern. So if they only get the right mandate for the meet some of them demands them or them promises they make, I believe say the sporting activities or related areas then will be fulfilled. Another one again, the completion of the FIFA funded technical center. This one also is said to be fulfilled. So if only they come together, they try to fulfill the promise system, all of these ones will be right. And some of footballers them they try for go and try for train or go represent the country, and basically they go able for meet the standard play system, so they go train well as try for go the be or get the professional standard way of training. But when you take a look at cricket, basketball, squash, and even table tennis, all of these play system they're not there. But we dey see say some of the players them they go outside here, they go by themselves for go and the way they go they come with some lawyers them or trophies them. But there are other sporting activities them where they need the attention of the government so that they go able to go outside there and win trophy for the country.
Okay, continue for still to inside this edition of the program Sports Updates. We They come to you from the Society for the Democracy 98.1 FM. The number 077981981. The number you go use 077981981. The number where you go use inside this edition of the program. Yes, that's not all. We come to the issues of financing, but again, 2025, when it comes to positive, you go see now one of the year where the country record the highest amount of international trophy when it comes to trophies. There were different sporting disciplines there bring come inside. Women's national team in football, cricket, and other disciplines them able to bring come a lot of this. All of this it happen when things they happen when we get a lot of challenges, when we get a lot of neglect of certain issues, when you go person will use the English say it happened haphazardly, where you know get one or better structure inside the sporting sector. All of this they happen with the Couch Trophy. What's at the potential of Salone when we're able to organize, bring structure and discipline to sport in the country for compete competitively in international competition, bring a trophy, and rewrite Salone name per sports in the world.
Jaffa, I believe say if only in certain people them they put them at the right position by merit, or some monkey they say this particular person has na million fambu, and they go and they can't make a name go. I get a friend of mine who is an athlete in the one for Sierra Leone. Now him before go represent Sierra Leone, but just because of the coaching and get let's say connection with another person else when a novice simply means inexperience and go put in him there. Don't know the end what's happen where in go represent the country able for do better thing. So if only certain people them they pick them because based on how them were capacitated with the knowledge, I believe say the country continue for good they bring in more trophies them. Despite the fact that we get so many challenges them this 2025, but yet still the country bring in so many international trophies them. Not in football, although yes, the female aspects they bring in a trophy. Of course, you see they go represent the country, they come with cup. And again, another sporting area there is the cricket. The government need for concentrate in that area there, or the sporting activities to be precise. They need for concentrate in the area of cricket. By doing that, the country will be well known. Although yes, we are well known, but now Salonia so we are not known when it comes to cricket. Some other get even interest in cricket. The only two was they get interest in football. But yet still, football, the male aspect or category, they actually bring in trophies. But when you take a look at the cricket, from the junior onto the senior, they bring in trophies. If only the government concentrates in that area, I believe say they will bring in more trophies them. As well as you be asked the question again, say we get so many potentials them, and how we go able for try say for make them go able to bring in more trophies or for make them be well known nationally or internationally. I believe say the area there again it is when we get well trained and qualified personnel. Taking a look at our personnel in the country, some of them they are not trained, some of them they are not qualified, but yet still we they bring in. But they really need for good train certain people when it comes to the aspect of sport. Again, for instance, the referees we make fun understand say when this year football we want start they be train some referees them, but yet still we get out large number of article of people outside there the crisis still they get bad referees. But if them actually bring in or try for control the area of the referees them we country again we go be able to get representative from Sierra Leone, we go to go match or we go officiate different tournaments them. Right now, taking a look at the Nations Cup, how many referees are coming from Sierra Leone? They officiate the Nations Cup. We not get non-safe. Yes, any of them are there under. But if only we get trained and qualified and some of them things that dey happen wey some of we fans dey cry out say we coaches dem not dey get certain decisions dem right. I believe say if them all of the things they are so they try for address them, we country will be well known outside of Jaffa.
Okay, continue for still to inside the program. Now, before we come and go into the AFCON or yes, the AFCON or open the phone line, I'll also turn our attention a bit to local football. We see the Leon Rock Premier League doing the balls and a lot of things they interest certain people, particularly with the way how the table they kick off and how different things they move through places now the team. And it don't be so interesting in the league so far. Alhaji, you know, one person we I believe don't they follow the league very, very much. And this trip of all seasons, we don't get some massive surprise away from the result when it comes to team's performance. If you look at the top five now, you get Star Sport on top of situations with 18 points, leading because of more goals. Biboya Warriors, Self get 18 points, in second position, and Port Authority they third, FC Calon fourth, Bo Rangers fifth. In a season we end with Eastern Lions dominating the previous season, and teams that like Star Sport be there on the rebuild, Biboya Warriors been there on restructuring and rebuild again for transition to a new coach. This one way starts to for let's get a top five table will look like this. Is it surprising or shocking?
You know, Jaffa, anything so far where then teams there don't they put on, they don't they do massive rebranding, you understand? And this not a surprise to sporting activities them and sporting loving fans then at Sierra Leone. We don't they see how Star Sports Academy don't they partake during the 2024-2025 the Europe Premier League. We see them performances then where they don't they do. So I should say they don't correct most of the mistakes then we happen during the past the Europe Premier League. And now they see say this 2025-2026 the Europe Premier League in a different dimension. So any kind of way they get for go in the hard way for let them produce the result. Just that no more waiting now the whole issue on Star Sports Academy, you know, now the consistency. Now the main issue. Because they can start fine, but when they reach middle, like they play 10 games, 15 games, they don't begin to lag behind. Lost game, draw game. But I should say this 2025-2026 campaign where they on so like what they on they first na the table right now with 18 points. I should say they will continue with the winning mentality where they don't get, because you watch at and not lost no game 8 now only draw then draw and they don't win most of the games the way they don't play. So I should say this mentality where they don't get right now, Jaffa, I should say they will continue for let them keep them pace, for let them lead this table till and the round, the first leg of the Europe Premier League go continue. Then later on, I should say if then maintain their position where they so right now, I should say they will win the Europe Premier League, because now a fine team, the young boys and they're ready for play. You know, they're ready for give out everything. But just like what I say, now inconsistency we get for happy. Now in the team, now they unbog them. They don't start fine, but when the team, the games they don't go far, they see they begin to lag behind. I don't know if not fatigue or na coach na in the form or whatever. But if they continue with this pace where they start with the Europe Premier League, I should say they will be a title contenders for win the Europe Premier League.
Now, I will turn our attention a bit to the rock bottom space now, the league. Of course, if I ask you who that's surprising most when you get teams like Eastern Lions, Lower YFC, Mighty Blackpool, and Diamond Stars, you pick go be Eastern Lions. But then names there, you go say apart from Lower winner, maybe you can see new boys on the block, but then Eastern Lions, Mighty Blackpool, Diamond Stars, regular name na top flight football inside with local league. For lay after 8 games played, then they in that kind of position they waiting this show and how we could describe the competitiveness of the league and maybe the fairness of the space for let everybody feel a level playing ground for compete.
You know, say Jaffa, for Lions, them get this tradition, you know, but we don't see say this tradition, yeah, you don't fail them because 8 games you don't play, you still did 15 and with 7 points. That shows say the need for do more, you know, because as a defending champion, at least you know for they in the rock bottom like the way they are, they 15 position. You need for they in the first 5, you know, but Lions this time around they are the way how the tradition starts for them. I should say not too nice starts for them. You know, playing 8 games, get 7 points, 15 15 position. That a very bad one for the fans them and for the team as well. And for Mighty Blackpool, we don't see how them be the struggle during the past 2025, 2026, 2024, 2025 Europe Premier League. What happened? You know, and I will still that struggle is still continue with them. You know, I will hope and pray, then do more for let us say the struggle will be happen. The last Europe Premier League let it not happen again inside this Europe Premier League 2025-2026 season. Because if it happen, that not go fine for the fans them and for the board as well. Because the fans they will rebel because they don't tire for let them see the way how the team they right now. You know, all they go out, they go support, but yet they get the result where they want. You know, and they in 17th position with 7 points. That is not to find a start for Mighty Blackpool.
Wow.
You know?
We'll continue for give more updates. Again, let's look at Bantal and space that they league because from reports where they reach Radio Democracy's desk, sport desk now, Bantal, they which in English they're in a conundrum and then so some issues where they really need for sort out now for proof say the decision we didn't take at the start of the season and the right one. Now what happened was we all know say Bantam they performed very well in top position and things like that and but then going into the CAF preliminary matches then we get for Car utilizing a coach we be make the coach will be the day before Coach Yellowman be get for pull out of the job and go to another club. And the license A coach we na I think Coach Ibrahim Silla don't play 8 games. He just don't win 1, don't draw 6, and don't lose 1. All of this make Bantal at the moment get 9 points. And the breaking news now from report to the retreat now, the club don't pull an official statement say they don't part ways with Coach Ibrahim Cissé. And it tells a lot because for a team will be the top 5 position inside the league and maintain that stay the league end, now they in 12th position and they suffocate on how for come away from relegation. This one very big move for Bantal. Wasn't this talk about the club ambition for one for putting on the trophy?
You know, Jaffa Bantal now one part the new boys on the block way for say don't they create a lot of impact in the Europe Premier League.
So you think they didn't get wrong from that first decision for let's go for allow the coach for pull out of the job, the first coach will be begin?
You know, that now a very bad one back where they create a bad impact in them. You understand? Because man we don't start for coach the team, you know, for allow them, let him continue. So enough for allow them for let him pull out. So then they only give bad impact to the team, you know, because he don't they used to the team and he don't they used to the players and the players them back don't they used to information where he don't they play with them. But you watch at this then campaign right now, not a good one for them right now. You know, this is a very bad one because Bantal people that don't used for know them. For let them get trouble to the big names them now the Europe Premier League. And you watch at them position right now, 12th position with 9 points. That is not to a fine one where you will even talk about Bantal. So the team and the board get for put things in place, but let them see the Bantal where people will be used for a see during the time where they come as a team. You understand? So that they will even give the success where people don't know them for. You know, Because if issues like Kochi don't begin to happen, that not they send a good signal for the fans them out there, Jaffa.
Well, we continue for look at the table. Teams there like before we can move out and take this break and come and look at the AFCON. Look at the table in particular. In pole position, like I say, Starsport they top the table with 18 points. Second position by Bure 18 points. Third position Port Authority 14 points, and fourth position FC Calon 14 points. In fifth, Bow Rangers with 13 points. Slifa FC in sixth position with 13 points. Freetown City FC in seventh position with 11 points. Husum Stars Football Club the 8th position with 11 points, and in ninth position with 10 points with our 4 strikers. 10th position with 10 points Old Edwardians. 11th position with 10 points Cambo Eagles. 12th position with 9 points Bantal FC. Abacha City in 13th position with 8 points. Bulom Stars in 14th position with 8 points. And relegation threatening look like this. Eastern Lions, they're 15th at the moment with 7 points. Lower FC, they're 16th at the moment with 7 points. Mighty Blackpool, they're 17th at the moment with 7 points. And Diamond Stars, they're 18th at the moment with 5 points. This is now how we tally. But the time from the studio clock fumble now 10:35. And at this point, we'll pause for a very short while, take this break. When we come back, we'll open the phone line so that yourself can for call and make your contribution and add the voice to the different thing they would on the look at and be part of this edition. But we'll take this break.
Brace up yourself and ready for another sports program. That na Sport Update Extra, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from Monday to Friday, as you will get detailed discussion and analysis on team them like football,
little chance for a marker now. Sierra Leone with a magnificent equaliser.
Cricket, with other sporting discipline them, plus policy statements them.
Having overt conflict that will affect the sport, the legislation gives us the powers to deregister you.
And international sports news, fixture and results from top league them na Euro. So for just 45 minutes every day, listen to Sport Update Extra on Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from 10 o'clock morning to 10:45, as yourself will get a chance for add your voice to the program.
Sports Update Extra Day continues. 077 981 981. The number you go use 077 981 981. The number you go use for call, make your contribution and ask questions on the different things they want to look at inside this edition of the program. Fumble, the phone line open now. You can call now for make your contribution and add the voice to the different things they want to look at inside this edition of the program. We'll continue the program. And now we turn our attention to the African Cup of Nations and get updates about how things stand like so far. Now the Africa Cup of Nations competition with the carry on in Morocco. For today on fixtures, we get for see Equatorial Guinea versus Algeria. Sudan, they play against Burkina Faso at 4 o'clock. All in 2 games and they play at 4. And at 7 p.m., Gabon, they battle with Ivory Coast. Whilst Mozambique, they play against Cameroon. Then game now they play at 7 o'clock. This is now the fixture. But before we can look at we'll come into discussion. Let's turn our attention a bit to results of what happened yesterday. Yesterday we will see Usai Tanzania been settled to a 1-1 draw with Tunisia. Uganda been lost to Nigeria by 3-1. Botswana self been lost to DR Congo by 3-0. And Senegal, even with red card, get a 3-0 victory against Benin. This is not how things stand like. But then Alfred Jana, the Nations Cup they on, and we're going to see some teams that are going to give stellar performance match in, match out. And Nigeria, one of the teams, Ivory Coast, you can say the same. Same for Morocco. A whole lot more of them teams there. So don't they give Fambul a very big thing for think about. Senegal also safe. Don't they maneuver the way. Same for Egypt. All of them teams there and names them way you expect say they can do the obvious. But even though Ali, you think say because of the kind of certain thing they perform, you can able write them on for be champion for this Nations Cup.
We don't see the international scene. A particular nation we can consider we call them as a best result, or because of when they perform well. But when they come in, you see say they play for in the tournament. So I believe say if they continue for play so or nations then at the Africa Cup of Nations, do they play, we go see some surprising things that go happen. For instance, a nation has already qualified without winning a match. They don't go 3, and that shows say there is something bigger again with the wait for we now under surprise. It might never be or it might never tell. Maybe a nation we don't lose one and qualify with 6 points, maybe go win the particular tournament. But as it is for now, Morocco really they don't play 3 games, they don't win 2, they don't go 1, they deal with 7 points. When they are the hosting nation, and I believe the way we get Nigeria, they say don't qualify. We get Egypt and other countries them as it is. Themselves then they play fine ball, but only in if they continue for play the way how they play. So this year tournament get for be something unpredicted because we don't see Tunisia and then back. People maybe they expect much from there, but the way they play so actually did to expectation. But the hosting nation Morocco, and they really play as a host. We they say the first game come host and beat, second again they win, third one and they can draw. But let we just wait and see. And again, Nigeria, where people they think say with the way they come eliminating at the World Cup by DR Congo, they be saying they perform. But now we see them go score Osime and even Ademola Lookman himself there right now. They play well. And even some countries themselves, when DR Congo way, but maybe they not they perform. But now they perform greatly, and they bring the results to the fans they demand. But really, Jaffa, this year's tournament, I don't know because of Sierra not qualify, make not see the tempo. But we can't see now this part of West Africa, Sierra Leone, the tempo of the tournament is so die.
Okay, continue for still 077981981. The number we go use 077981981. Family, you can call now for make your contribution and add the voice to the different things that we look at inside this edition for make your contribution on the different issues that we will look at today inside this edition of the program Sport Update Extra. But also again the program Sport Updates they continue, and if you just join me, we don't look at review of the 2025 year for sport and how much development we're able to make in the sector, what's in the challenge, and also we same also look at the Leon Premier League, how progress don't happen for certain teams, and what you can able to think about you clubs them, and particularly Eastern Lions, Bantal, Mighty Blackpool, Diamond Stars, and other one them waiting at their status and how much their management need for invest or reinvest, particularly in the upcoming transfer window. We by far we can say we get some time for meet that deadline day, but some teams really go to yarn for meet the transfer window. But the discussion will continue. Alhaji, Yusuf, before we can round up for this one, so far the AFCON they continue. What you make up of how the competition they progress so far?
Yeah, the competition is on the show the next. It's especially African countries that they watch the AFCON more than the way how the Premier League they play right now, because we don't see Premier League day on yesterday, plenty people focus on the AFCON. That just shows this Africa now with a cherish beyond they like the World Cup. So we don't see this competition right on the go. We don't see tremendous joy for the Super Eagles, where they don't play 3 and they don't get the 9 points. They already don't show qualification. But we don't see the host in Morocco and that one they do more well. So we don't see most of the teams that we know they show more interest and more they show more impact and the Central Africa and the East Africa country like Botswana, then they show Congo, we don't see how they play.
You're not surprised at Gabon?
Yeah, Gabon I think we for say country they need for watch at, because you see the way how they play right now.
No, this one they don't really get a very fine performance, because as at now, it's about honoring the fixture. It's like everything undone. They don't lost like 2 games and then get the last game now.
I just they didn't at the gates, they didn't at the airport, they wait for the flight right now for each other.
But I ever play Cameroon today. Ivory Coast, sorry.
Yeah, Ivory Coast.
But well, Fambo, that's not all we get time for, and we're going to give now more and more updates on different issues. Then when they come up on the sporting scene, and also how things they happen, the AFCON. But then, plenty thank you to Alhaji Jallo, where you be part of this edition, and also to Alfred Jana. And you for listening and watching our Radio Democracy Facebook page. Me bring count on this edition. Jafferman Davis na my name, and done the work closely with DJ Keman. We give you technical support so that now get we live from a different radio sets. And may Kamara Bangoa make on a see we live on Facebook. Until next edition. Goodbye.